Welcome back, everybody. A couple of days ago, we put out the top 5 guns review in 2016 here on the channel, and today we're getting into the gear, the other half of the channel. So really, for those that have never seen this series of videos here on the channel, we've been doing it for, this will be the 3rd year now, and it's just sort of a top 5 of, in this case, gear that I reviewed this year. To be eligible to be on the list, it has to have been reviewed, and the review had to went public in 2016. So that's sort of the criteria there, and it also has to sort of bring something cool to the table, or I really like it for any number of reasons, which we'll probably get into here in just a second. And we'll get into number 1. It's going to be the TLR 1 HL by Streamlight. This is the 800 lumen version that you guys have seen here a million times on the channel. This light, the TLR ones at this point are pretty well proven, both been used by elite military as well as plenty of civilians, competitive shooters and such out there. And the 800 lumen monster here obviously just has awesome output. It has a good overall beam pattern, and the price point is excellent as well. So there's just a ton of things going for it, and it's got versatility. Of course, you could mount it on a rifle. It's primarily intended to be mounted on a pistol though, of course, but I mean, just an awesome light for what it brings in terms of a combination of durability, output, battery life, and price. So for that reason, and many others, I'm sure, the TLR1 HL gets on the list. Next up is going to be the Primary Arms 1x8 Platinum Series scope. This has the ACSS reticle in there, and this is the first scope that came out under Primary Arms Platinum Series, and definitely without question, when this first came out, a lot of people were highly hesitant to look at Primary Arms as being able to put out a high-end scope. And I think at this point anyway, at the end of 2016, enough of these are out in the market, and there's plenty of reviews online on forums and stuff like that, and the resounding opinion is that they absolutely can put out a high-end scope and do it well. I agree with that 100%. This scope is fantastic for what it is. It's a front focal plane scope. The glass is HD glass. It's phenomenal. It's got as good of glass as I've ever seen on a scope, and I've shot a lot of high-end scopes in my day, and it's right up there with them. You know, you could go back and forth, which is actually clearer or better or whatever, but it absolutely will not place far second to anything, that's for sure. So it's got a lot of cool things going for it. Of course, it is a mil with 1/10 mil adjustments, really easy to slide back and forth between the adjustment settings, and the 1X is the closest to 1X that I've ever seen on any variable power scope. Now, you'll see plenty of scopes out there that'll say it's a true 1X, and as I talk about in this video, there's no such thing, at least not that I've seen to date. There's no such thing as a true 1X. If you think you have a true 1X, there's just kind of a tip for you. Try to co-witness the iron sights behind it. If you can't, then it's not a true 1X. So again, I've never seen a true 1X, but this is as close as it gets, without question. That has at least come in front of my eyes anyway. So it's very quick up close. At distance, has a lot of capability to it. Obviously, going out to 8 magnification and the ACSS reticle is something that I've discussed here on the channel, and I'm a huge proponent of it. It's got a lot of built-in capabilities that just other scopes in that class don't have. So for that reason and many others, this one here goes on the list. I'm not sure what it looks like on your end, but out here in real life, it's getting pretty dark. So hopefully the camera's picking up the light better than it really looks out here. But anyway, moving on. Number 3 on the list is going to be the Suppressed Armament Systems Reaper MX. Now this little can right here is a 30 caliber can. It's super short. It does an awesome job at suppressing sound, obviously, and putting out a good tone, which is something that you rarely see with short cans. Now there's a ton of different mounting options that Suppressed Armament System makes for it. They make it in a ton of different thread pitches, and it's super lightweight as well. I'll put the specs down below what it actually is, but I've been very impressed by this can. I've been running it a ton on my DSA Voyager, which is a FAL variant, in the last couple months, and before that, of course, we've ran it on a ton of guns, as you guys saw during the review of that. So it's seen some serious use, and it's doing well. I've had 0 issues with it. It has a good mounting system, and like I said, the tone is just really good as well, particularly for what you get. You get a nice lightweight can that comes in at a good price point relative to other suppressors in its class that have this type of materials built in there. And I mean, really, I've been super happy with it, and I'm kind of eyeing up a couple other cans. So depending on how long the stamps take, now that 41F and 41P have taken effect, you may see another one of these in 2017, a can from them, not another one of these coming in for sure, because very impressed with the quality we've seen, and all in all, just a cool piece of kit, and it makes the list. Number 4 on the list is going to be this Surefire Scout Light, and while it may look from your angle like any other Surefire Scout, there's something cool going on in there. It has the IntelliBeam technology, so it self or auto regulates the amount of light depending on how close you are to something. Now, one of the big concerns I always get whenever I'm reviewing a high output flashlight is that folks believe they may be temporarily blinded by the output if they shine the light into a mirror in a home defense situation, or say a really white wall or something like that. I've gone over that in those videos, but for those of you guys that are really concerned with that, the IntelliBeam here auto adjusts. So that way, if let's say you are clearing your house and you come up into a short room or a closet or something like that, hopefully in your house you know that's there. But if you're law enforcement and you're clearing a building and you don't know it's there, the beauty of the IntelliBeam is that it will auto adjust and dim down to 100 lumens, I believe, from the high of 600 lumens, which is what it's normally running at. And just a cool piece of kit. Of course, like most Surefire products, it's not cheap, but the quality is outstanding. Fit and finish are outstanding, and just really impressed with it. I'm a huge fan of the Scout Light series in general. I'd have zero issues running them on a home defense or a rifle, or if, military law enforcement. If I was in that role, I'd have zero issues using them in that role at all. They're just a time-tested and proven light. Of course, now that they're putting in the IntelliBeam and the higher output, where you can get 600 lumens out of a Scout Light, it's a piece of kit that I am interested in, and I will definitely recommend going forward. The last item on the list is going to be this guy here. Definitely my #1 requested review of 2016, without question. Nothing else is even close. Well, actually, the Canik TP9SF may have been close, but this one here, #1 by far. This is the Churchconnemara, or miniature rifle optic. A lot of things going for it. The #1 thing that really attracted people to it was the price point, as well as the durability that they touted anyway when it first came out. You can look around and find these on the market. Sometimes you'll see them even as low as like $400 shipped, but generally you're going to find them in the $400 to $500 range. And 2 MOA dot. It's got the Churchcon pedigree behind it, and the controls are really nice overall. A couple of the first ones that came out had some issues with the battery compartment. I have not seen that at all in my use. It's been rock solid. We've used it on shotguns, a bunch of different ARs. I think a 308 rifle as well, one of the 308 bullpups I have running around here, and it's been solid. I've had zero issues with it at all. There's tons of aftermarket mounting accessories for it, like you see here with this American Defense QD mount. And like I said, it's the balance of price point as well as durability that really attracts folks to it. There's a couple things that people don't like. Some people say they get a fisheye effect looking through it. Like I said in my video, I know what they're talking about. Like, I can see what they're talking about, but it doesn't bother me at all or distract me at all, so it's not an issue for me per se. But overall, really good optic, and I think these are going to be, well, if you look at, like, let's say the aim point, there was the H1s and the T1s, and then now there's the H2s and the T2s. I'm guessing down the road we're going to see Churchcon continue to push this line to bigger and better places. Not that this one's not good, but I expect to see like an MRO2 or something like that coming in the next few years, because this is definitely a good concept that a lot of people really like. I got a lot of good feedback after my review from people saying they just love theirs. So really, that's why it makes the list. It's kind of innovative, and it seems to be living up to the hype, which isn't always the case, as we know with optics. That's it, guys. That's the whole list. That's the top 5, including this scope right here. Definitely, if you have any questions about any of the gear that we talked about, I ask you, please first go check the review out in the actual video. I probably answer it in there. If I don't, by all means, post down below in the comment section. If you guys saw stuff here on the channel that you thought should have made the list in 2016 but didn't, post it down below. Tell me I'm an idiot and why. I am absolutely open to that kind of feedback, and we'll take it into account for next year's video, because I plan on doing these every year. You guys seem to really like them. They're really popular videos of mine, which is actually kind of odd. And while we're on sort of a vlog, as Hickok 45 would call it, type video here, what you guys watch is always crazy to me. So sometimes I'll do these like really arduous reviews that take, 15 hours of time to complete through shooting, editing, research, and all kinds of stuff. 15, 20 hours for one review. And it'll get like 10,000 views in the first month. And then I'll put up a video about like, I don't know, something random, like some new law that passes or something like that. It takes me an hour to react to, and really I'm probably upset about it or something, and I'm ranting, and those videos get 80,000 views in the first month. So it's kind of funny to see what you guys watch. But anyway, this series of videos has been very popular. You guys can probably hear my neighbor dog over there barking, and we're going to wrap it up with that. And hopefully you guys like these videos. Hopefully they continue to be popular. And that's about it. If you guys are new to the channel and found this through a Google search, by all means, if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button, and you'll be seeing plenty more content coming up in 2017. For those of you who want to contact me, like I said, down in the comment section, you can also do so over at my Facebook page as always. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, those of you that do, and we'll see you in the next video.